Conroe in the house, Carolina in the house, Oklahoma, Atlanta, Vanessa, UK, Carolina, London in the house, Ohio in the house. Thank you. Thank you, Busola, UK in the house, Nashville in the house, Plano, Texas, Denton, London, Suwannee, Georgia, South Africa in the house, Kosovo in the house. Thank you, Batman. Atlanta, Dallas. Thank you, everybody. Always a pleasure, a delight to hang out with us. We'll kick off in the next 2 minutes. Kick off 6:05. Chicago in the house. Thank you, Manus. Thank you, New York in the house. Houston in the house. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Conroe in the house. Love it. Love to Woodlands. Florida in the house. Baltimore in the house. Thank you, Udo. Thank you, Doctor in the house. Anthony, thank you all. Thank you so much. Baltimore in the house. Thank you. Thank you. Dallas in the house. Lagos in the house. Thank you, Larry. Thank you, Aziz. Toronto in the house. Thank you, Texas. Atlanta, thank you. Thank you so much, everybody.
Feel the drums pulsate
London.
the energy so
All right, Ross K in the house. Bikini, Texas. Sugarland in the house. Thank you, Stella. Awesome. Edmonton, thank you, Embassy.
Skillweed
Academy. Thank you all. Let's see what part of the world you're joining us from. Let's go,
let the big guide your way.
Let's go.
Unlock your potential.
Thank you.
Seize the day.
Nigeria in the house.
From the dance floor to the boardroom.
Jemima,
let your light shine, shine.
New York.
Skillweed Academy.
Thank you,
It's
Atlanta.
your time.
Mr. Babs, thank you. Steve Babs in the house. Massachusetts in the house. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Chris. Awesome.
Feel the drums pulsating.
All right, so
the
let's
energy
get
so
into the
strong.
weeds of it, folks. All right, thank you all for joining. I'm excited to have you all here. It's always a delight to hang out with like-minded professionals that have the same vision, and we all look out for each other to be successful. So today, it's going to be one of those days that in the next few minutes, so I'm honored to have 3 hours of your precious time. I know there are so many things you can be doing on this Friday evening. God knows you can grab margarita, relax, chill with family, enjoy family time. I chose to hang out with this weird, white, bearded looking guy. So for that, I say thank
The
you all.
volume is really low.
Appreciate it big time. So thank you everybody. So one thing I will say is, at least for everybody, okay, somebody just said the mic was really low. Let's see we can, thank you. Let's see if we can make the mic a little bit loud. Interestingly, yeah, my actual mic, for some reason, I just logged on and it just started acting up. So I had to use my backup. So I'll try and make sure I can speak very close and loud as much as possible. So if you can hear me loud and clear, do me a favor, just give me a thumbs up. Let's go. You know, normally you guys are familiar with us. I always use a mic. For some weird reason today, it just packed up a few minutes before I started. So I didn't have enough time to troubleshoot it. So, okay, thank you. All right, cool. Okay, so I think for most of us, you can hear me. So thank you all. Okay, so today, let's get into the weeds of it for everybody. In the next few minutes, a lot of you will leave here with amazing knowledge base. The knowledge base will make you very seasoned. Okay, so much like software, you bring that mic closer. Okay, what about now? Hello, is it working now? 1 second, let me check. Hello. Is it working now? Perfect. Okay, with the mic is working here? Okay, all right, I'll take it. Okay. So I guess it's just my headset not working, but if the mic is working, okay, perfect. Let me just put the mic. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. Then I'll just stick with my mic and we should be good now. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Cool. Okay. So in the next few minutes, we're going to really rock some amazing knowledge base together. One thing we like to do here is to make it very holistic. We would give you a mixture of knowledge base and do some hands-on. We work in a group together, and you leave here with a resume that will reflect your knowledge of PCI DSS. So just have fun. Let's learn together. For those of you that are not familiar with anything cyber, don't stress it. The bottom line is I'll just talk a little bit about some basic foundation in general. Then we will get into the details of what is expected. And one thing I'll challenge everybody on this call, if you're on this call, do me a favor, very important you do it. We have a mobile application. I'll send the link right now. Feel free to download the mobile app right now. It shouldn't take too long. For the Android and for the iOS, just go ahead and download it. The reason is very simple. A lot of things we'll be doing, you can just grab it up there so easily. And I just sent the link for you all for the Android, and I believe, let me see the other one. I think I sent for Android. Let me send the other one for the iOS. Feel free and download it. It's just an amazing way to just pick up most of these things. Everything we're going to be sharing today, I would post it there also. We can also within a day communicate in a community there, which is great. It's just a good way to keep us very interactive and communicate together. So don't stress it at all. Somebody said the user experience with the app is top notch. I'm glad. And more importantly, one thing we challenge you is that as you're part of our community, just use the app to learn a lot. We are not of the illusion we will know everything in the world. No. We wish really. But one thing is that we would always prepare ourselves. Any knowledge base out there that we think will be useful to our community, we keep aligning and learning those skill set. And one of those skill set, oh, somebody said the stuff cannot be printed. Okay, good feedback. I will check why we cannot print the material, but I think you can download the material actually. You can double check it on the mobile app. I think we should be able to download the material on the mobile app. You can download it. But if not, I'll take a note and have my team double check that so that we can all enjoy the experience together. But that's a good feedback. And if you enjoyed, like most of you said you do, please give us a review on the mobile app too so that um, we can have more people, subscribe and download those mobile app too. All right, thank you so much, everybody. So let's jump into the weeds today. For most of you, you are here because we posted materials about payment card industry, DSS. It's an internship that focuses on PCI DSS. And today we would make you learn all the reasons behind it. For starters, we like to do this to kind of just see where we are and gauge some of our where in the world are we all logging in from. We always like to do that to kind of just have a feel of where our audiences are coming in from, and we started that already, which was great. And so the next thing we're going to do quickly is just to kind of see where what part of the world we are in, how quickly, and what exactly do you expect to get out of this whole thing? And we like to do this because we like to keep ourselves accountable, actually. That's why we do it. And I'll quickly share my screen. If you guys can see, just give me a thumbs up. And just feel free. Hey, Scotland in the house, Cross River in the house. Thank you all. Thank you, everybody. You all are awesome. God knows there are many things we can be doing. You chose to hang out with us, so we are grateful. Thank you. So we like to use different color code in our team, but for today, we will kind of play it a little bit. Will cause a little bit of chaos. Okay, don't get mad at me. We like soccer here a little bit, so we'll see Chelsea. So you can feel free to join any team you like. I'm an Arsenal fan. We lose all the time, but hey, we are still faithful fans. We're just faithful fans. We just keep hoping. It never happens for a long time, but we keep hoping. So let's see Man City. We'll see Man City. Let's see one more we can add. Let's make it Arsenal. I can add Bolton. All right, let's see. We have 5 teams. Feel free to join any of this team. And for those of us that have never used Kahoot, it's spelled KAHOOT.it. And I'll send the link to us real quick so we can have it. Oh man, I'm already in trouble. A lot of Man U fans are saying, "Where's Man U?" Okay, let's sneak in Man U for you all, my Man U fans, so that we'll stay out of your trouble. Man U fans. Okay, let's see what you got. So let's quickly, if you don't mind, just quickly log in. And the pin is there. Just feel free to quickly log in real quick, everybody. So let's go real quick. We have Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City, Bolton, Man United, and let's just quickly go in and log in. The pin is 1461592. We'll make it very quick. Today, somebody's going to win a prize too. We started some quiz, so the top three are going to win. The first prize, I believe, is going to be is it $75 gift card? Second prize, $50 gift card. Then third would be $25 gift card. So whoever the winners are, they would win a gift card out of this program in the next few minutes. All right, let's quickly go. One thing I challenge you, please do the quiz because very soon down the line, we're going to be actually having some quiz that would like you to be part of, and it will help us to retain knowledge. And you will be surprised how much you will know in the next few minutes. Trust me. So don't worry at all. For now, let's just roll this together. Okay, let's jump in real quick. And you can still go ahead and join. The pin is here again. Let me copy the link. The link is here. Check the WhatsApp group. Check the Zoom link. It's here on Zoom. Check it on Zoom real quick, everybody. Oh, sorry, I copied it to someone specifically. So the link is okay. Here we go. The number is 146. Okay, go ahead. 1461592. Go ahead, real quick, everybody. Thank you. I can see more people joining now. I've sent the link to join. If you're not in our WhatsApp group, our WhatsApp community group, I would send you a link to join the WhatsApp group, and we can. But just don't be distracted for now. But we'll just send you the links for the WhatsApp group for somebody that asked me that question for later. Let's quickly do that real quick for a minute. All right, cool. Let's quickly jump in and do the quiz real quick. Okay, let's go, people. All right, it's a very simple one. Thank you all for joining. Okay, and just keep logging in and joining. Is still open, and there's a reason we do this. You'll see the reason in a bit. All right, so let's quickly check if you can play with your geography. What part of the world are you joining from? A lot of you, we already know most of us join. Let's see your geography. What part of the world are you joining in from? What part of the world are you joining in from? All right, let's see your geography if if you've mastered the geography side of somebody. A lot of Chelsea fans, I can tell. A lot of Chelsea fan indeed. Detroit in the house. Thank you, Prince. Thank you, James. Excellent. All right, a lot of us in the US and all around the world. I see somebody even from Ukraine earlier on. So people are everywhere, really. All right, on a scale of 1 to 5, collaborating with like minded professionals, strengthen our mind in general. What do you guys think about that? It's always important when we come together like this and, you know, maximize ourselves to learn together. Excellent. All right, excellent, excellent. So we can see, let's skip the answers and move to the next one. Open-ended question. You look back, this is, 2026. What would you like it to be remembered for? You are just looking back and saying, you know what, this is the end of the year. Most of us are here because we are go-getters. We put extra work in what we do. And it takes somebody that is really committed to show up on a Friday, to be honest. So I can say for a fact, most people that are here, I can say 90% are go-getters. You know, I'm not sure I'll commit to anything on a Friday evening if I don't believe in it. So most of us are go-getter on this call, definitely. You know, definitely. I can brag about that for sure. Takes a lot to commit your time. So that is commendable for sure. All right, let's see what we, nice. It's always nice to kind of make sure we have the same energy and focus. And you'll be surprised what we have in common when you see the answers in a bit. It's amazing because you'll be surprised we all want similar things. Life is not too complex, really. Um, thank you, Atlanta. Head in the house. Oh, the question is covered on your screen. Okay. Hope you can see the question now. Again, don't forget, please download the app. Okay, let's see. Let's show the answers so we can see some of the. So you can see to be impactful, a better job, a better investment in Skillweed, being determined and kind, see all my goals accomplished, impacting others. I love that word so much, impact. Love it, folks. Man, selflessness, authenticity, fulfillment, ooh, man, positive impact around others. Yeah, of actualization, recover from my health and recover from my career. Amen, amen, amen to that, for everybody. All right, that's awesome. Okay, cool. So I think that is fair to say that those are good starting point for us all. So let's jump into some basic things today that I think we can all relate with. I'll share a video with us. You know, I like that somebody say up my game. And the video, the intent of the video is to kind of just show us some of those things that have been happening recently. I'll show you a video about the healthcare. And some of you must have heard, I think it's fair to say, recently the healthcare industry has been really, really affected, impacted by cybersecurity risk. It's been it's been a nightmare for healthcare. So let me share with you so that you can see some of those real life things that happened in the news that all of us are just hearing about and all that. But let's listen to this for the next few minutes, then we'll pick it up from there. And let me stop recording because we are sharing YouTube channel for a second. Then I'll put it back once we. All right, thank you for reminding me. I totally forgot. So, okay, good point. Lack of threat hunting activities, that's a big one too. We should continuously have that in progress also. Thank you. Thank you. Lack of penetration testing. Pen testing is just legally trying to attack a network to find the vulnerability. So you come in, they give you access and you try to attack and call out the weakness in general. Increase attack surface. Man, you guys are already awesome, man. Oh man, I'm so proud of you. You guys are I mean, you guys are cyber folks already. Look at your language is just different. I don't lack of zero trust policy. Boom. This is it. These are the potential areas. And I guarantee you one thing: if you go to any organization today and you write all this recommendation or you discuss it, these are the typical things we see. To be honest, inadequate investment in cybersecurity in hospital, that was big. Fragmental risk assessment, that's a big one. Sometimes people just do cherry picking on their risk assessment. They don't do a comprehensive one. And it takes only one attack to really make the domino fall. So you're right. That can be a huge risk for us as an organization also. Okay, bingo. Now let's talk about it a little bit. And what we're going to do real quick is just to now kind of just play around it and say, okay, now that we have an idea of what this whole thing is about, we'll now get into it and say, um, let me show you one more video. Then after this video, we jump into the whole thing. And for those of us new to our program, the reason we show this is to kind of mentally tie this incident to real life. It's one thing to just talk about it in a program like this, but we need to understand it's a business first and tie it to real life ramification, real life issues. This is serious stuff. At the end of the day, if there is a lot of breach, compromise, everybody loses, right? So it's a very, very big deal. All right. So let's quickly jump in real quick. And you know what? I'll skip the video and we'll just get into, let's just jump into the class for the next few minutes. Then after that, we will do some hands-on work. This is the meat of it. Don't leave without doing that. You know, you can mess with everything else, but this is the biggest part of it, really. It's massive. You have to participate in the hands-on. It will give you confidence when you do your assessment and you get more comfortable. But before we even talk about that, one thing I'll just call out, some of you that have never been part of our program, we normally do assessment. And when we do assessment, it simply means we would use maturity model to rank issues. Let me give an example. If you go to your doctor, they will ask you on a scale of 1 to 5, how is your pain level, right? 1 means the lowest, 5 means the highest, right? It's a maturity level of your pain, right? The same thing for organization, they will ask you that we want to do a maturity assessment where we want to see where you stand. So if it is bad, for example, I may say I'll give you 1. If it is just there, I'll probably give you 2. So that's an assessment model. Okay. So you will see us today. You'll be scoring assessment model. We are going to use one called C2M2. Can we all type C2M2 real quick? I know most of us are used to CMMI. Sorry, my folks, my CMMI folks. Yes, it's a big one out there, but we're going to use C2M2 in this training. Okay. Can we all type C2M2? It was developed by the Department of Energy in the US. So, and sometimes people, some of my folks in that I support in our war room, one of their projects was to use the maturity model of the Department of Energy for their security program. So I decided to just use the style they use to for the maturity for PCI DSS. Okay, so don't stress it, but I'm just giving you a heads up. So now I'll show you what it looks like, so that when we talk about it, you will not start saying, "What the heck is this guy talking about?" Let me share that real quick. Then we'll jump into PCI DSS real quick. Okay, but let me just give you an idea of what that looks like. Okay, don't stress it, not a big deal, but just give you an idea. Okay, what that is all the whole thing is about. It's a maturity model. Okay, it has the history in general. It's it has evolved over time, and it's used by a lot of government agency and industry leaders in general in cybersecurity. So you might see people use C2M2. Don't stress it. It's just a maturity model. So you will notice we have maturity indicator level. Can we all type maturity indicator level? Everybody, if you don't mind, just type MIL, maturity indicator level. Can you type it real quick if you don't mind, please? Thank you. MIL, just type maturity indicator level. Now, again, don't stress it. It's as simple as somebody asking you and I, all right, on a scale of 1 to 10 or 1 to 5, 1 is bad, 5 is excellent. Then you now use your judgment, okay? Maturity level indicator 0 means you have awareness and preparedness. It's just you guys are fine. 1 means it's a well practiced and integrated process. Don't worry. 2 means it's managed and measured. I'll give you an example too. 3 means it's optimized and adaptable, meaning it's really super efficient. Okay. So let's go to the examples of it. All right. So let's give an example. Awareness and preparedness. It means there is basic awareness of what you're doing. You guys have maybe a policy and procedure established. There's a plan. There's limited security controls established in your organization. Bare minimal. That's all. If they don't have anything, naturally just give them a 0, right? Meal 0. That's it. Okay. Don't stress it. 1 means there is some level of effort of work. There's user training done. They have some kind of security awareness done. They have segmentation done. There's a practice and integration done. 2 gets into a managed and measured process. It means security is proactive. They have a well defined and tested plan. They have metrics they use to judge different instances also. Then the final one is the 3. Most people will not get 3, all right? Because 3 means you are so optimized, you are efficient, everything is working as planned. So for you to give anyone 3, pause and think for a second and say, wait a minute, for you to get 3, it means you're a rock star. You're doing it super efficiently well. That's what it means, okay? So be mindful. We're not going to give a lot of people 3. If I see you give someone 3, you better be ready to tell me why with some very valid explanation. Okay. So just throwing it out there. All right, cool. So that's just, I wanted to quickly throw that out there because you'll see me use that tool. For some of you that have never used it, so don't worry, don't stress it. You've just added a new tool to your game. That's all. All right. So it's, CMMI is a popular one, but now we're using C2M2. So relax, don't stress that for a second. Now let's jump into PCI DSS while you all are here. Let's get into it and have fun. You'll notice for the next 10 minutes, I would not, you will not be able to chat. Don't stress it. Somebody said, can we get a PowerPoint? Yes. Everybody on the call, please do me a favor. Go and download the mobile app. Everything is there. And I will send the link again just for you to have that information. Everything is there on Android and your iOS. Just go ahead and download. I just put the link again. Everything is there. Just log into the Skillweed site. It's a very simple way to use it and make sure you can just enjoy it. And the PowerPoint is there. Everything we're going to do today, the Excel document, I'm going to put it there also, so you have access to it. But let's quickly, you will notice you cannot chat. Don't stress it. For the next 10 minutes, I would focus on delivering. Then I'll release us to be able to chat again. Okay. So just enjoy it for the next 10 minutes. Then we'll start interacting again. So let's get into the weeds. All right. See you guys in the next few seconds. All right. Let's go. All right. Okay. So PCI DSS Industry Data Security Standard. Let's talk about this real quick. What is this whole thing about? Over time, typical in the US, when there is crisis, the key stake players always come to the forefront and tell you they want to provide oversight and be the ones to be the police of themselves. Historically, in principle, it sounds good. In practicality, it's mostly a bad idea. We don't have a good track record of monitoring ourselves. So we just don't. So people will tell you, well, so you know why I said that? The credit card company came together and said they want to self-regulate themselves, and they started proposing PCI DSS. So really, it was started by the likes of Mastercard, Amex, and what's the other one? Visa. So they came together to recommend some of the standard. Now, I get it, but despite that, the government said, okay, good, but independent body is going to come in to provide oversight, qualified assessors. So most of the time when there's a PCI DSS assessment, it is done depending on the dollar amount. It would be done by a qualified assessor, or it will just be done internally. And we'll talk about that in a bit right now. So it's really designed for any organization that process your payment card. If you are processing my payment card, PCI DSS comes in all the time. So you can imagine the hospital system that we showed earlier on. There have a lot of payment transactions taking place. Hence, there should be a requirement for PCI DSS because they process a lot of credit card of their patients, insurance, and all that within the hospital system also. So there's something called attestation of compliance. This is really a formal declaration stating your organization meets the PCI DSS requirements and standard. So for you to get that attestation of compliance, can we all type AOC real quick, everybody, if you don't mind? Can we all type AOC real quick? Attestation of compliance. Now, this is for any organization required to be PCI DSS compliance. So you have to have an attestation of compliance, AOC. There was a gentleman, I don't know, he might be on this call. He reached out to me and said, hey, we should add AOC as part of our conversation. And he was right. He also mentioned we should talk about the self-assessment questionnaire, which we'll talk about today also. So AOC is a big one out there also. Okay. All right, let's continue moving real quick. Another thing that's popular out there is something called SAQ. It's a self-assessment questionnaire. So it's a self-evaluation tool. This is the tool that you can actually go in yourself and self-assess yourself. So it depends on your category type, you know, how you process your payment data will determine the kind of self-assessment questionnaire you will use. Can we all type SAQ real quick if you don't mind, everybody? SAQ. So we've talked about two things, AOC, all right, and SAQ. So I know mostly when we talk about PCI DSS, we're just thinking of the assessment of the controls around it, but there's a final report you issue out, AOC, then there's a questionnaire you internally check yourself, right? So if I am processing credit card information internally, I should also check myself and evaluate myself also, okay? So another one is called report on compliance. So mostly if you bring a third party assessor to come in, you know then they will issue a report on compliance. Can we all type ROC real quick? Report on compliance. If you don't mind, report on compliance. I know it's a lot of OC, okay? There's AOC, ROC, then the self questionnaire also, right? But these are just part of it's a documentation, series of documentation that comes when you do PCI DSS. Okay, let's take it again. PCI DSS assessment is done. When you do the assessment, you issue an AOC, all right? Then if it's done by a third party, it's the issue ROC, then you can do a self questionnaire yourself, which we talked about earlier on also, so um, so we can have a self-assessment questionnaire. So you can see how the process looks like here. Let me just quickly show you guys real quick. Number one, it's for the ROC, you do an in-depth assessment. So technically today you guys will see us do some assessments as we get into the details of walking through different questions and assessing what we think the maturity level is. Because sometimes the response you get will determine and make you feel, oh, okay, is this really matured or is not? You can really tell based on the response. Because what normally happens is that you're not the one, you're not the qualified assessor. However, here's the deal. Before the qualified assessor come to your organization, you want to do a readiness assessment. What that simply means is that before these guys come in, I, as the GRC analyst or cyber analyst, I'm getting my organization ready for that assessment, meaning I need you to be prepared so that whatever assessment that is done, we win. They are ready. I've prepared my team before the assessment actually takes place. Okay. So again, you remember the reason I'm drumming this is sometimes we have to understand choosing the right document. What exactly are the documents? Let's do a quick quiz. Can you list some of the documents typically within your PCI DSS? Let's go. Tell me some of the documents within PCI DSS out there. Let's see. What are some of the documents within the PCI DSS? Let's go. Love it. Thank you. Here we go. Love it. Here we go. Okay, good. And I'll tell you the truth. Sometimes it can be overwhelming. You won't even remember which one is which. Okay. So let's take it again. PCI DSS, we have AOC, we have the ROC, then we have the SQR. Those are the big ones out there. Okay. Now, when we get to the assessment piece in a bit, you'll be confident about it. I know that. So don't worry about that part of it. So it's not a big deal. Okay. Let's go into key benefit of PCI DSS. For most organizations, it builds enhanced security. Your security is more robust because you've benchmarked it to some of those key security controls in PCI DSS. It's built customer trust and improve your customer relationship. Most organizations feel comfortable if you tell them you guys are in PCI DSS compliance because I would feel confident that you guys you're constantly checking your security controls within your organization. So that gets me much more confident about what you do, really, at the end of the day. So another thing we can agree is it's not optional. We need to keep maintaining our security compliance. It's an ongoing trend. It's something that is continuous learning for us. So we expect you to, continuously monitor it at the end of the day, right? And we should be proactive. You're not going to wait for a cyber attack to happen. Earlier on, we listened to the video of the healthcare system. There was crazy cyber attack all around. And imagine if what you're doing is proactively trying to react, it's going to overwhelm you. Schools and healthcare has been crazily attacked recently. And it's so overwhelming because these are professionals that just want to do their job. So you can imagine I'm a nurse, I'm a doctor, I'm a pharmacist, I'm a technician, I'm a radiologist, I'm coming to work, I'm good at what I do. Now I have to deal with, I can't even use devices, I can't use MRI machine, I can't use my, medical record information. It is overwhelmingly stressful, very stressful. I mean, of course, frustrating also. A lot of people now have to be paid manually, their payroll have to be done manually. So it's just overwhelming, right? So taking a proactive approach is always a very smart way to go about it in general. All right, what about the financial impact? At the end of the day, If you have significant breaches, then think for a second. You're going to lose money. Then not just that, think about the regulators. These guys are not going to play games. They're going to fine you big time. Sometimes the penalty are so significant that it can even lead to potential bankruptcy. So it's serious stuff. If patient health information is compromised or personal identification information is compromised, then we are talking about these are serious, serious issues that can really become so big within any organization at any point in time, right? Then, of course, the legal liability, the loss of customer trust, and it's just unending the potential risk involved in it. What are some general resources for PCI DSS? Of course, there's a Security Standard Council that provide oversight materials for it. There are industry partners that also help in general. So these are some general roadmap around PCI DSS, making sure you have understanding of the level of appropriate compliance required for you, have policy develop, implement security control, always do vulnerability scan and check, and make sure you follow the right procedures for cybersecurity within your organization. So another big thing is understanding the scope of compliance. Let's pause for a second. Think for a second. Let's think together. When you go to that store and you bring your credit card, debit card to make a payment, let's think. Let me open the floor. Let's even forget cyber for a second. Let's just think together and say you go to a store to buy grocery and you're trying to scan. Can we think and write it down? Tell me some of the risk that could potentially be around you by just swiping that card. Let's think together. Can we type? Tell me. Let's just think. What are the potential risks? Because sometimes we think it's some complex thing. Somebody, I love it. I love it. Identity theft, credential theft, even at the gas station when I'm trying to buy stuff, financial loss, privacy, shoulder software. You guys are too much. Allows a shoulder software, skimming, unauthorized storage of card, CAG network interception, duplicate terminal, card skimming. There is so much tons of things that can happen, to be honest. Let's think together, really. I mean, without even thinking of cyber in your mind, I'm thinking already, wait a minute, identity theft, my information can be exposed, somebody can spoof it, shoulder soften. There are so many things that can really happen by just thinking of, scanning my card. So you can see the value why we need a body to focus for us and help us to provide our oversight and guidance in general. It's a no-brainer. Then the system and network. Okay, let's say you and I can control ourselves and prevent shoulder surfing, put the right password and all that. What about for the system and network? What do we do then? Can we control that? You know, how do I know the system has firewall? How do I know they have the right security around the system that's processing this tool? I wouldn't know that, right? Let's think together because those are big deal also. So it means the system, the configuration, the way they set up their network, all of those also, even though I don't have privy to the details, but I expect them to have establish best practice for those systems too. Then personnel training. I hope you've trained your personnel, the folks that are responsible for all of this whole thing. I hope they've been trained at some point, right? Then the big bad monster at times, vendor management. Even if my team is so good, they know what they're doing, they are very proactive. What about the vendors? What about vendors I cannot control? Yes, I can control myself, perfect. But what about the vendors I cannot control? You know what I mean? So it's yes, I can control myself. I can figure out my organization. But what about the vendors internally within your businesses that are helping you that you have no control over? So do we have a program to figure out how your vendors are handling your customers' record and data and financial information? That is also a big deal. Okay. Key security controls for compliance. At the end of the day, there are some key security controls that are needed. Firewall, we can agree on this. Within your network, do we have a firewall from unauthorized access? Secure network configuration. It's the network setting secured. Another big one is that have we disabled unnecessary services? Sometimes some of the simplest thing is to disable irrelevant things. All that means is that if it's not even there, nobody knows, and we're all safe. Don't ask, don't tell. It's not there, you don't know if it's there or not. So we are secure because we are not exposing us to a functionality that is not really needed within our organization, right? So it's a big deal. Can we outside firewall and secure network configuration? Can we type that real quick if you don't mind? Firewall and secure configuration, everybody, if you don't mind. Let's do that. Firewall and secure configuration. Don't overthink it. Your system, your phone today, I can make a case. I hope you've set it up to be secure. Simple. Do you need user ID and password to enter your phone? Some of you don't have it set up in your phone. That's secure configuration. You should secure it to have username and password. Some don't have username and password. Yes. Another thing is that sometimes you also have to set up your multi-factor authentication on your phone, you know, for your bank account or, a service that is important, maybe your WhatsApp. You need to set up some of those additional layer of security, right? It's the same thing PCI DSS is asking us to also enable. Okay. All right, let's go to another one. Secure software development. Let's pause. Every one of us would agree that virtually everything we do today has element of software. Even your AI component is residing on softwares in some cases, right? So it means we are saying development of those softwares or AI model, is it going through a secure coding practice? What does that mean? When you build your code, are we testing those code? Are we checking the code for potential vulnerability? Meaning, are we sneaking in virus in that code? And are we able to catch it if somebody's sneaking a virus in that code, for example? It happens all the time. People can sneak in salami attack and it will be taking cents from people's account and you will not even know. So we need to check it to make sure it's a secure code also, right? Access control, we can all agree. Access control is how do you gain access to the payment card? Are we using principle of least privilege, meaning only give people access to what they need? Are we setting up strong password? I hope you are not using password as password. Then are we enabling multi-factor authentication also? Then do we regularly mandate your team to change their password? That's a big deal also, right? So can we all type in secure software and access control real quick? If you don't mind, let's go. Just a secure software and access control. Access control is like it's a no-brainer. We can't run from that. Virtually every element I've seen in different security controls worldwide, access control is always part of the puzzle at some point. Okay. So that's good. Okay, good. Let's go to another one. Let's quickly. Oh, okay. Okay, good. Anti malware protection. In simple terms, all of us have element of that. If you use antivirus, it's an anti malware protection you have in your system. Data encryption. If you are using WhatsApp, they have end to end encryption, meaning data in transit and data at rest. Can we all type those two words? Those are, anytime I ask you to type, do me a favor, type some words I feel they are important. I will ask you to type it. Type data in transit and data at rest. Data at rest means a data is sleeping, resting, right? You have financial information. Where do we keep it? It's resting, is kept. Data in transit, when you are processing information, you're sending an invoice, you're sending payroll, whatever it is, that is in transit. So data is moving. So I want security not just when it is resting, but also when it is in transit at all times. It's a big deal for us, okay? Monitoring and logging, we should have a way in which we can monitor and log activities on our system. Imagine you logging into a system today and there's no way I can track who is logged on to our system. That's going to be a security breach already. So we want to make sure that at any point in time, we can figure out who is logged on at any point in time. Vulnerability management, we are constantly scanning and checking for vulnerabilities within your system. So it's going to be an ongoing thing we have to keep doing within our organization all the time. Automated assessment, proactive security measurement. So we're saying the process should be automated, something that is going to be continuously happening in real time for us as an organization also. Pen testing, in simple terms, pen testers are going to be folks that ethically will take permission and try to attack your system to find vulnerabilities within your system. And they will pull report and give it to you and tell you, okay, these are the vulnerabilities we have, and hopefully you can remediate those vulnerabilities in real time. We have a program called Cyber Deep that we focus on just teaching tools on different things. One of the tools in that program is called Bob Suite, and it is used to do pen testing also. So, there are many tools out there for testing. What are the importance of secure software development in general? It's important because it allows us to easily track if there's a malicious code planted in your software. Then it makes us remember all the time to continuously test and update any potential vulnerabilities found in your system. Employee training and awareness, we can agree on this one. Every one of our employees, we expect them to be trained and knowledgeable in this space. It's it's a given. They should have that knowledge, and because many times you're only as weak as your weakest link. If your employees are not knowledgeable about cybersecurity, then you are just a moving target in real time. Because what will happen is that a simple email compromise, somebody opening an attachment, can really, really put you in a very bad spot. And that could be the difference. I don't know if you guys are aware of what happened in Target, not recently boycotting Target, no. I'm talking about some years back. Target was attacked because somebody went to their regular maintenance of HVAC, their AC unit, and they logged into their network. And as a result, there was an attachment that one of the employees clicked on. After the person clicked on the attachment, it spread a virus across the organization. And this Target lost billions of dollars in terms of their shares, and their CEO was fired. All their top leadership were fired as a result of routine AC maintenance and checkup. So training your employees is a no-brainer. We have to do it. There's no option, or else we're going to be in big trouble. Incident reporting also. How do we track and report the incident? That's a big deal also. Vendor management and security. We're talking about third-party risk assessment. How do we continuously assess the risk of our customers or our vendors? And what are the terms of the contractual agreement with these vendors also? Encryption, like we said earlier on, in for data in transit, when you're sending transmission data between two different sources, and even when the data is physically stored in a system or server, what is the encryption process for the payment data at that point in time? Now, importance of regular monitoring and logging. A lot of tools exist today that would be logging and tracking anomalies. For example, if my employees work standard work time is 8 to 5, and suddenly I notice an ID that is always working midnight and also logging in during weekend, it's a no-brainer. The system will flag it because your manager will call you and say, "Hey, are you working on a project that requires you to work with offshore team? Maybe that's why you're working late. Or is there a reason, are you guys going live on a tool that is making you work over the weekend?" Your manager will ask because, not because they just want to ask, but because IT has sent them a report to show that your ID is being flagged because you are constantly logging in the night. So many tools today can do like an anomaly check to see if there was an unusual attempt on your system or if there's an unauthorized access. So there are tools that can call it out. Now, sometimes it might be false positive possible, and you can figure it out that okay, your leadership will say, well, it's not actually true. But in the meantime, it will flag it for sure. Okay. So it's a big deal to flag it. Another big one, can we all type DLP, everybody? I need us to type this, everybody. DLP, data loss prevention. Everybody, can we type DLP real quick? And I'll tell you why I always type it. Some of you will call me sometime in life will happen. You find yourself outside of the country, and you call me and say, "Hey, sir, I'm out of the country. What do you think? I want to, my company does not allow working from home, but I want to work remotely. Would they know that I'm out of the country? Hello. You know the answer to that, right? Absolutely, they will know. As a matter of fact, be careful. If you download stuff on your computers and think nobody will know, are you serious? Come on, don't even ask that. You're a cyber lady or guy. They will know. And don't even start with, oh, well, I'll use a proxy server, I'll put the IP here, then they will think it's there. It is baloney. They will know easily because the local ISP provider that is monitoring internet there, it has its own unique IP address, right? They will know. They would 100% know. Sometimes they will send a mail to your, Gmail, which is in your location. If you try to log into your Gmail or Yahoo Mail from that particular location, it will show IP from the ISP, service provider of that local community, and the system will flag it. So you can't run from it most of the time. Okay, so don't ask. The answer is they can log it. Now it's a different thing if your leadership use discretion and says they want to just overlook it. But if they want to come after you for using it in or violating that policy, they will. Another thing very important is don't ever download stuff from your system and download office materials into your local laptop and think they won't know. There are tools that will flag it immediately. So yes, don't even think about it. If you are copying or downloading stuff, they can track it. It's so easy. Okay. Very simple. There's nothing, they are doing nothing. Effortless. It's a tool that just it will show your report, show your IP address, show the location. Everything will be shown. So it's hard to deny it. If you say, well, I don't know, maybe my laptop was stolen. Hello, really? All right. They'll ask you, show us police report. And if you say you don't, you lose credibility and they can fire someone so quick. So be careful around this. This is a big one. All right. Building a culture of security for everybody. Security starts from the gate, from your gate person, receptionist, every analyst, every senior leadership. It is an open communication, open culture across the board. So security is all of us business. It's not just one person's business, it's everybody's business big time. What is the importance of continuous improvement? We can agree it's an ongoing thing. There's no end to it. It's not like I'm going to implement some security controls and I'm done. Remember again, malicious actors, bad actors only need to be right 0.00001% of the time. You and I need to be right 100% of the time. So the metrics is not in our favor. Let's face it. Because we have to be right 110%, maybe. They need to be right 0.0000001% only to make you look bad and to embarrass an organization. So because of that, it's tilted in the malicious actor's favor. We need to be very, very proactive. You have to stay ahead of the threat. For example, let me ask you, just off ahead, tell me some of the most common threats happening right now in the world. Tell me top. If I ask you what are the top three threats you can think of in the world today, tell me what will come to your mind. Let's go. Go ahead and type. If I ask you, I love that somebody's insider threat, distributing denial of service, phishing. All right, I love it. Ransomware. I'm not gonna go there. All right, I see fourth party. Okay, fourth party is the big one. Um, distributing denial of service, state actors. Yeah, phishing. Okay, maybe I didn't ask it right. Aha, somebody got my answer I was looking for. Who typed AI? Razak. Yes, love it. AI threat. Okay. All right. So every threat you've deep fake. Okay. Everything you've written there, you're spot on. However, if I ask you what are the emerging threats that we're seeing, we can agree, all of us, AI is a big one because none of us have a clue yet. There are so many deep fake. There's so much misinformation. There's so much right now that I'm sure you guys have heard of the story. Somebody called a meeting of the CEO, the CFO, and they approved $1 million transaction. Only that everybody that attended the meeting was fake. Deep fake. Everyone was fake. And they approved it. Yeah, it has gone crazy right now, ladies and gentlemen. So those are big threats right now as we speak, right? So, the Internet of Things is a big threat because now we're talking of every device is formidable threat. So your mobile device, your wearable device, your everything is a formidable threat right now. Even right now, I don't know if you guys have noticed, there are a lot of couple of glasses right now that are actually cameras, and some of them are even having ChatGPT in them connected. So now you have your cameras on your uh, on your lenses, and you're just rolling. You're taking pictures. It's crazy. The world is just amazing right now. Best time to be in the world, I think, for a professional. It's crazy right now because so many advancement, but with that comes a different element of threats that we've never seen before. So now everything is a potential threat. So now all of us are buying TVs that have cameras. You have TVs, you have fridge that has cameras, you have every one of our devices with camera in the house now. The question is that what about if it's violated or compromised? Do we have a strategy to respond or mitigate those risks? But those are the reality right now that everybody just sleepless night for a lot of leadership, to be honest with you right now. What are the benefits of PCI DSS? Like we said, build good security, build customer trust in general. Your business operation is better and efficient because now it will reduce the fraud risk and your payment handling is going to be more robust. It will reduce your liability and the potential financial risk attached to data breaches and non-compliance because non-compliance can be very expensive for many organizations, so it's a big deal out there. So next step, we have to assess our compliance level. We should have security policy that is robust, implement security controls such as firewalls, access control, data encryption, and other security measures. But because we are dealing with payment card, don't overthink it. It's the same thing you said earlier on before we even got into this. We're talking about access control, encryption, security around it, firewall around it. Because now it's not just me swiping my card. I'm also thinking of the transmission when you swipe the card. And is there encryption around it? It's not just encryption of the transaction, but even when the data is at rest, what is the security around it, right? Then, of course, I expect you to continuously do security assessment on your platform, including vulnerability scan, pen testing, and you should have an ongoing monitoring strategy to keep monitoring every kind of risk within your organization at the minimum. Okay. All right. So, in simple terms, for secure payment processing to be successful, we have to safeguard our operation. We have to make sure we implement robust security controls around it and protect the customers ultimately. Okay. So, that is a quick snapshot of the PCI DSS in general. Now, one thing that you probably ask and be thinking also is that, okay, Sarah, you've said all these big fancy talking points. Now let's think and say, all right, what about the actual, you know, controls specific to PCI DSS? What are the actual controls relevant to PCI DSS? Because that's a big one. If you notice also for everybody, you will notice we shared a material with us. Every one of us should have access to this material. Let me share my screen so that you guys can, please, it's a gold mine material we built for you. Spend time to go through it also. This is the material. If you have access to this material, do me a favor, can you give me thumbs up? If you have access to this material, give me thumbs up real quick. If you have access to this material, give me thumbs up. I love it. Okay. If you don't have access to it, it's simple. Please make sure you download and register. It's on the portal. Everything we are doing here is there. If you don't have access to it, just go to academy.skillweed and register real quick. You'll see there, it's all there. But I wanted to point out a few things here. This really gets into the details, and I wanted to just share it so I can do justice to this also. You will notice here who must comply with PCI DSS: your merchants, payment processor, financial institutions, service provider. These are the people that are required to be in compliance with PCI DSS in general. Okay. What are the key objectives of PCI DSS? You can see the 6 key areas here, and you can see the 12 requirements. Requirement number 1, install and maintain firewall configuration to protect card holder data. That is a no-brainer. I'm saying, okay, you guys are processing our financial record. Hello, do you have firewall? That's a no-brainer. Number two, do we have our vendors change default password? Can we all type default password if you don't mind? Default password. All that is saying, ladies and gentlemen, is saying some applications, when you buy them, the password provided is known by all the vendors. So let's say you use Amazon Web Service. Maybe the user ID is admin, password is admin. Every one of their customers use the same. It comes with that. Then you now have to change it. So we are saying, have you made a change to your password default? The third one, protect stored card holder data. This is the data at rest we're talking about, right? Whatever you've stored, is it protected? Encrypt transmission. When you are sending data from one source to the other, you're sending money from a bank to a title company or mortgage company or credit card information company or kids school. Is it encrypted? Number five, protect all our systems against any malware. Antivirus software should be updated regularly. Number six, develop and maintain secure system and application. So as you're developing and building systems, make sure it's secured at the end of the day. All right. Let's look at number seven together. Restrict access to card holder data on a need to know basis. Don't give information that is not needed. I mean, it's a no brainer, right? Um, Number eight, ident- identity and authenticate, identify and authenticate access to system components. So before you grant access to any of our system, make sure you authenticate it. All right. Nine, restrict physical access to card holder data. So if it is not your card, we don't want you to have access to it. It's not complicated, right? I mean, that's quite straightforward, you know. Now, if you notice the last um, regularly monitor and test network, what we're saying here is that the network that is processing our card, some of us are based in London, in Africa, in the US, wherever you are. When you process your card, many times you might see sometimes there's a delay, there's a lag, or sometimes you're even worried and saying, huh, my card is declined. Sometimes not because of there's no finance in your or cash in your account. Sometimes because of the zero trust architecture that restrict the access because one, you are using your card in a location that it has never seen before, so it has flagged it. You move to Colorado for vacation and you're trying to swipe your card in the mountainside and it just declined it because that is so out of your pattern. You're a Texas southern boy, you have no business with the mountains, then suddenly they see you in the mountain, the system will just flag you and cut you off. Or you find yourself from Texas to Alaska, it will just flag you, definitely guaranteed. Or you're taking an overseas trip, it's going to flag you for sure. So those are very predictable, in most cases. Then testing of your security systems and control and process. Then the last one is always maintaining a policy to address information security. That is like the bedrock. For those of us in our GRC program, that's like a huge foundation for us in general. Okay. All right. So you can see here, some basic things out there: primary account number, cardholder name. These are the things we are talking about protecting. Expiration date, service code, all of these are those. If you have your card, you can bring it out and you can easily take a look. Every data there are what we expect to be protected. As simple as that. So your card information, the expiration date, the service code, all of those information should be protected. That's it. That's really the gist of it in general. Okay. Now this is a very interesting one. Let me ask you all. If I ask you what level is within 1 to 6 million, what level is that? Go ahead and type. What level is between $1 to $6 million? What level? What level is between? Okay. All right. Cool. Somebody said depends. Somebody said level two. Okay, what about if it's greater than 6 million? If it's greater than 6 million, If it is more than 6 million, what level are we thinking of? All right, your transaction is not a lot. We just see you do less than, less than 20,000, a year. What level should we consider you? Absolutely, yeah. So there's level because for compliance sake, the compliance requirement is going to be different if the amount you're making is not a whole lot. So they use a risk-based approach whereby if it's a lot of transaction, then you would have to comply based on that level in general. So you can see here, you can see we have self-assessment questionnaires for smaller businesses, qualified security assessor. It's required for level one organization all the time. Then approved scanning vendors, mostly quarterly scans of external IP addresses. Then finally, we have the pen testing. Mostly there will be annual pen testing done. What are the penalties for non-compliance? We can agree on this one. There'll be fines and penalties, loss of ability to process card transaction, sometimes legal liability, reputational damage. It's just unending chaos. So we don't want it really. There are some changes that happened recently, and top on the list was customized implementation, stronger authentication, mandatory multi-factor authentication, enhanced encryption requirements, then continuous monitoring, especially emphasis on real-time security instead of annual checking. So it will cost more money, but it's always a best practice in general. All right, so these are the 12 requirements, like we stated earlier on. This is just getting into the details. So those of us that want to kind of go through it in details, you can see it here. So you can see, for the first one, maintain our network security, what it takes, it's getting into the details here. But that's the gist of it, okay? So let's quickly jump into an actual assessment so that you guys can see what this actually looks like. We're going to do one together. Then we work in groups a lot here. So you might see us, kind of work in groups. And please, one thing I'll challenge you when we work in groups, don't leave the group. Just join and have fun, learn together with other people, and somebody will just present their screen and just be part of it. What I've seen is that don't leave the class when you are trying to, because honestly, this is the most important part of everything. If you can be part of this, part of it, you will be you'll be confident. You will feel pretty good that okay, you know how this works. So let me share with you. We'll do the first one together before I put us in our groups. And we use some automation in our own community here, you will notice. So you might see me, I'm doing an assessment, you'll see me use some tools here. So everything you do here as you're scoring, you can see these are those key requirements, firewall requirements, blah, blah, blah. But we've done interview with some of these key stakeholders and we have their responses. Based on their response, I would score them, you know, based on the maturity indicator level. So I could choose 0, 1, 2, 3. Remember earlier on I talked about 0, 1, 2, 3, right? So we can use our judgment together. I'll do one, then I'll ask you, we'll do it together. You guys will tell me what you think. Let's take the first one. The first one talks about install and maintain a firewall configuration. And I'll share this document with everybody. You have access to it. If you look at the actual one, this gets into more detail. It tells you the testing steps, the artifacts required. So the business has seen this already, so don't stress about this. I'm jumping into the assessment and see what their responses were. So let's take the first one. Okay, somebody said, can you make it bigger? All right, I'll make it bigger so you guys can see it. Hopefully this is better. Let me see if this is better. Okay, so let's take the first one. Look at this. This is the first one, install and maintain firewall configuration. I had a meeting with the stakeholders. So what you normally do is that when you do assessment, you speak to the right stakeholders, then they'll give you their feedback, right? So the first one I asked them, security controls. I asked them how they maintain and configure firewall. They said security controls are in place, but improvements are needed. Encryption management could be strengthened, access control policy need refinement, and incident response procedures require better documentation. So I can tell here that there's a lot that is they have controls in place, but there's a lot that needs to be done. So I'll probably go with I may go with 1 year. You know, let's go to the next one. I asked them, do you the control is do you use vendor supply default password? They said firewall rules are well defined, encryption methods meet industry standard, and access control policies effectively limit unauthorized data exposure. Monitoring tools provide real-time alerts for proactive security measurement. Let's see, what do you guys think here? Um, what do you guys think here? Somebody said, let's see. Okay, I see 3, 2, 2. Okay, I'll probably go with 2 with you guys here on this one. Okay, let's take another one. This is talking about protecting card, stored card holder data. So I'm asking, it said, configuration follows best practice, but enhancements are necessary. Um, Patch management needs better tracking. Real-time monitoring should be improved, and vulnerability scanning should be conducted more frequently. So right now, it seems it's not frequent. What do you guys think we should give them here? Let's see what you guys think here. Yeah, I'll probably do one also here. Okay, let's go to another one here. Encrypt, encrypt transmission of cardholder data. It says security controls are in place, but improvements are needed. Encryption management could be strengthened. Access control policy needs refinement, and incident response procedure require better documentation. So right here, what do you guys think we should give them? Because they are doing something, but the question is, how good a thing is it? What do you guys think? All right. I may agree with 1 year. Now, remember again, many times it's very subjective. If you give me evidence to change my mind, then that's okay. So what's going to happen is this, ladies and gentlemen, if you notice, if you go to this dashboard here, it's changing. It's giving us the average score here. So we have about 5 more to go. So I'm going to make us do one more. Then we'll work as a group to finalize the the final one. If you are not in the WhatsApp group for internship, let me see if I can send you the link real quick, because if you're not in that group, I'm going to share some documents. You might not have access to it. So you need to join that group, please. Let me send you guys a group to join right now. Um, I'm going to send it to this, to the chat right now. Make sure you join this group now, or else you will not have access to. I just sent the group, the link to everybody. If you join it right now, let me double check something. Which group this is again? Okay, yeah. Please join this group right now. If you don't join this group, you would not have access. You might not have access um, to the materials. So please kindly join so that I can just accept you right away. And some of you are already in some of our groups, so I'm sorry if it's an overlap of groups, but let me see. If I notice you've joined some other groups, I'll probably exempt you, but at least for most of us. Okay, because I'm going to share this material right now. And if you are not in any of our groups in our community, you will not have access to this material. But the good thing is that if you are registered in the class, I will post it to the group, to the class platform. So let me do that right now. And you all can work on this. And when you work on it, the sweet part is not the working. The working is the assessment, right? Let me tell you what the sweet part is. Some of you already know. The sweet part is the reporting, you know, and I'll send a prompt for what we want you to do with reporting also. And yeah, let me send that to the group right now, and I'll forward it to the larger community. Do me a favor. If you receive it, I'm going to send it right now. Once you receive it, do me a favor and just give me a thumbs up that you received the material, please. I'm going to send it right in the next. You guys will notice it's going to be posted to I'll post it right now. Then you guys would have access to it. Okay. Please do me a favor. Once you get it, I'll send it to quite a number of groups. Um, if you've seen it, just be my guest. And I've sent it. Please, if you're in any of our groups and you see it, just do me a favor and just accept it there so that I can at least know that you're good there. Just give me thumbs up that you've received it there. Let me see. I'm going to send it to the internship group also. Let's quickly do that. Let me send it to this group. I'm adding some of you that requested access. Let me just quickly, before I send it to this group. Some other groups you'll notice I've sent it to you all. Believe it or not, those documents are proprietary for a lot of our guys already. We have businesses pay for those services that want to use those templates. So leverage them as you see fit. They are very good materials you can take advantage of. And I'm accepting most of you. Remember again, we'll never call you for any beware of there are professional scammers everywhere. So beware, be mindful. Don't let anyone call you and say they are from Skillweed, blah blah blah. Those are not true. Okay, so I'm going to send it to you guys again. So watch out. Once you receive, just do me a favor, just give me thumbs up. I'm sending this to internship group. I just sent it to the internship group again. And once you receive it, just give me thumbs up, please. All right, let's see. Some of you have received it already. Thank you. All right, so a lot of us have received it. So now I will put us in groups, okay? Because a lot of us have received it. Let me send it to some of these other groups for, I mean, what the heck? Just enjoy it. Again, there are good materials you can use to for your personal use. They are from a gift to the community, so why not use it as you deem fit? Use it for your projects, for your businesses, whatever, and take advantage of it. Okay, and in a minute I would open our group so that we work. But let me quickly share. I'm sharing as I speak with you all. Somebody said that's protected. Yeah, just click on edit it to allow you to open it. If you click on edit, it will allow you to, because even when I open it, it has protected view. So you just have to click on edit and you can make changes. So it should be good. It should be good. So I'm sharing the material. Hey, it's proprietary, but we like to gift our community anything to help you to be more successful as a professional. Why not? Take a look at it, leverage it, use it well for yourself. Okay, cool. So I'm going to put us in a group. Again, I'll recommend don't. One of the big mistake is this is the most important part of it. You get to interact, you get to learn from other professionals, leverage it. Okay. We always have like 5 groups. We always have red, orange. We'll keep it to 5 groups: red, orange, and yellow. So let's see, red. We would have 5 groups: red, orange, green, yellow. Feel free. You can join any group you want to. You have the leeway. If you don't join a group in the next 2 minutes, I'll just randomly assign you to a group, okay? So I'm going to open it now. Feel free, join any of the group. And hey, Jason said I'm in Japan. Yes, the recording will be available after the class. Okay, let's go. Enjoy it, folks. And I'll share you with you all a query to use to develop report. Choose somebody to present for your group, okay? At the end of the day. All right. So I think you should be able to edit it. Somebody said, can we edit it? Let me ask, can we all edit it? Other people, are you able to edit it? Don't worry, you'll be assigned a group. Okay, yes, you can edit it. All right, let's open the group real quick, folks. It's no big deal, no rocket science. All right, let's go. I'm going to open it right now. And ladies and gentlemen, take leadership. In 2 seconds, you hear it will be blank. Then you would just don't get to a group and everybody's keeping quiet. Take leadership and talk and just have fun. All right. It's a large group. Let's enjoy it. Maximize. This is the best time ever. This is the most important piece, guys, ladies. Okay. Let's work together, learn from everybody's experience. A lot of people here are professionals. Some of them are managers, they are directors, they are working also. Trust me. So let's leverage ourselves. We got ourselves, man. That's it. So let's go. All right, I'll open this and let's have fun. See you in a bit. All right, welcome back, everybody. Thank you all for taking the time to join. Do me a favor, if you can hear me loud and clear, give me a thumbs up real quick. Let me just be sure. I think my mic is back. If you can hear me, just okay, awesome. Thank you. If you don't mind, if you are presenting for your group, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, can you just quickly give me thumbs up so I can unmute you? And most of us know our style already. Just go straight to the point. I want to see some of the action item. I want to see which one is a priority for you. Remember, again, at the end of the day, your decision makers, your leaders are just interested in. So you have all this issue. What are we going to do about it? So feel free, any of the group quickly present because I'm taking you back to your group real quick. You're still going to build resumes, right? Because I sent you all a prompt for resume. So the prompt is really to build a draft resume based on your knowledge base. Then we're going to do one more thing. I would make you convert your resume to a podcast style. So let me show you guys. But before we do that, let's quickly, if you are presenting, I'll just take 2 or 3 people. Can you raise your hand, please, so you can just show us what you did and we can talk about it real quick. Let's go. Please go ahead and just raise your hand. Click on the button, the icon down. Okay, let's start with Bosinians. Go ahead. Go ahead, sir. Then Olufemi will be getting ready. Go ahead and just present. Thank you, sir.
All right. Can you hear me? Can everyone
Yes.
hear me? All right.
Yes.
I'm going to let me share my screen and okay. 1 second here. Okay. Share. Can everyone see this?
Yes, I can see that. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a little bit of editing errors
Okay.
here, but
Yep.
it
Okay.
has the main gist. So yeah, this is the executive summary. So this is my name is Bosa. I am here on behalf of the greatest infosec team on earth, Team Yellow. Okay, so we were tasked with doing a PCI DSS assessment, and this is the report we came up with. Let's just get to the meat of the gist because if you look through, you can see a summary of all the findings that we have here, and they are the corresponding score. Overall, the organization is not looking, I mean, it's not looking great, but you can see some of the mitigations that we have here for the access
Okay.
control, I mean, sorry, the domains that we scored. And then as far as like criticality, you can see how everything is here. I mean, everything that needs to be addressed in from short term
Okay.
to long term. And then if we go down
Sorry,
to
bro. Sorry, brother.
yes,
Do you mind? Can you make it a bit bolder, a little
sure,
bit
yeah,
bigger,
absolutely.
please?
How about that?
Thank you.
Does that work?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, that works.
perfect.
So go back up. Let's talk about the two critical you found, and just tell us the mitigation you have around it. So I can see.
Yeah,
Okay, go ahead, sir.
it's an access control, and I think access control is like right across the
Mhm.
border in even other
Yeah.
assessments that we've conducted in the past. And
Okay.
the mitigation step here is to implement role-based access control and multi-factor authentication. I think the
Okay.
multi-factor is a big thing, and I think remediating that would actually minimize the risk. And
Okay.
subsequent risk assessment will show
Yeah.
the improvement.
Thank you. Perfect. Okay. So let me see the second one. I know first one was the access control.
Yes.
Let me see the second critical
Oh,
again.
sorry, the second one. Sorry, I thought you meant the second prompt. So the second one, yeah, is also, I mean, a critical level, and then
Okay.
combine that with the difficulty level, and then the
Got it.
time. It's conduct
Vulnerability.
regular vulnerability scans, which
Okay.
is
Got it.
kind of like a residual
Okay.
assessment.
Okay. Now go to the AOC. Let me see your AOC.
AOC.
Go down.
Yes.
Yes.
So this was something we, I mean, somehow we almost missed that in the
Yeah.
assessment, but
Okay.
then this is it. Yeah,
Okay,
really,
got it. So,
really
and I saw
straightforward.
a group, it was more, they went into more detail, but got it. Okay. Thank you so much, Bosi. Thank you,
Yeah.
sir. All right, let's go to Olufemi. Go ahead, Olufemi. Go ahead, Femi.
Yeah, thank you very much. Oh, sorry, I need to share my screen.
What group are you representing? Is it
Representing the orange. The
Orange? Okay, thank you. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I believe you can see my screen.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, basically, what we have to do is to generate reports, and the, what we did was to assess and conduct C2M2 on the findings we have, and these are the
Yeah.
findings we generated and we identified. the firewall configuration, use of vendor supply, protection of stock cardholder, description of
Okay.
transaction and all that. And we
Femi,
had critical
okay,
risk.
perfect. So Femi, just let's focus on, tell me the ones that you would make your top 2 priorities if you were to make a decision. Yeah, let's look at that. Here we go.
on
I
the
can see you've
critical
highlighted critical. Okay, go ahead.
and the mitigation step we need to adopt was to implement and enforce the firewall policies
Okay.
and conduct regular root audits.
Okay.
And on the
All right.
protect of cardholder data, which is also a critical risk, we
Yep.
need to implement a strong encryption standard for stored.
Yes. Got it. Okay, that's good. Any other critical? Wow, you found a lot of critical. Okay.
Protect cardholder. So that one will require TLS 1.2 plus
1.2
for
above. Okay,
and to block any unsecured connections.
got it. Very well done. Let me see your AOC. Let me
From our
see.
AOC, we have a formal declaration confirming compliance with PCI DSS requirement. We be
Okay, so
prepared
it's
for
okay.
remediation efforts.
All right, got it. Okay, thank you so much, Femi. Very well done. Thank you, sir. All right. Kwame, your show. Go ahead, Kwame. Go ahead, Kwame. Go ahead, Kwame. All right, somebody, I think this is from Israel. Does everyone have those templates? Those templates, make sure you go to the portal, academy.skillweed. Everything is uploaded there. But we shared it in our WhatsApp group. So if you're not in that group, that's why you've not received it. But let's see. Stan, go ahead, Stan. Kwame is not unmuted. Go ahead, Stan. Go ahead, Stan. Oh, the internship is just tonight. We're done by 9 p.m. So we have 30.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, Stan.
Okay, let me
Our
share
internships
my
are
screen,
always,
please.
they're always like 3 hours. Okay, go ahead. Share your screen. Yep, we can see your screen now.
All right. Yeah, we conducted a PCI DSS assessment. This is the executive summary, and this is our findings. I'll just go straight to the mitigation and action plan.
Okay.
We have about 3 critical level. Access control is critical.
Yeah.
Then encryption is critical. Testing and compliance is critical. For access control, the mitigation plan is to implement role-based access control and list privileged access.
Yep.
For encryption, we want to implement end-to-end encryption. And for testing and compliance, we have to conduct quarterly penetration testing. So those are the 3 areas that are critical and needs urgent attention.
Okay.
Then
Well
I'll
done.
go to
Let's see the AOC.
the AOC.
Here we go.
Yeah, this is it.
Can you scroll down? Now, for everybody, you will notice they went into details. This is good because which group is this again?
Red.
Red. Yeah, because I was in your group. You didn't notice, but I saw so you guys were detailed. This is good stuff. So you made the assumption that, okay, you expanded it. So this is very well done. All right, let's see that one. For each one, you put the executive summary, you put the findings. So you guys were very comprehensive. I like it. If you can, for all the leaders, if you don't mind, share this with me, and I'll share it in the larger group so that everybody would have access to it. So you can see sample of what each of the groups worked on. But this is good stuff. You can just fine tune it. Thank you. Thank you, Stan. All right, let's take finally, let's see if Okay, what I'm going to do is that we're going to go back to our group. But before we do that, I've copied some link for you guys to take a look at. People that want to join our group community, feel free to join there. Some folks that want to join our reading club, feel free to join there. From folks that want to join our legacy club for people that are building well through land, join it there. That's fine too. All right, so we're going to do something real quick. I asked you all to also build a resume. Let me show you what the resume looks like. And I recommend everybody to make sure they do it tonight. Make sure you have a resume, Andy. Show you what the resume output looks like. Use the prompt I gave to you and use that to build your resume. Let me show you guys what that looks like real quick. All right. Let's say if you guys notice, let me just share my screen real quick. I gave you the prompt on the group. This is the prompt. Let me copy it to this, our chat here. All right. So look at the chat and the Zoom call also. You can leverage it. Okay. It's just a sample, okay? The way I like to do it is I want to, anything we learn, let us actionize it and say, okay, let's put it in a resume format and see if that's the only skill you have, what it will look like, right? Now look at what it looks like, right? I said, okay, focus on just what we did today. And pretty much this is really what the resume looks like based on that. Now, after you build your resume, we're going to do something else. I want you to copy the content of this resume. In my case, let's say I copy, know, as an example, right? I can say, yeah, let me copy it here. Then we're going to take it a step further. We're going to all go to a tool, Notebook LLM, Notebook LM. Let me show you guys real quick what it looks like. Those of us in our community, you probably might have seen me use this before. Whatever resume you develop, I need you to come to Notebook and create new. It's a free book, free tool by Google. So you should be able to use it. Then come to upload a source. Just paste that resume you created and paste it here. Click on insert. Once you click on insert, click on generate, everybody. Once you generate, it will create one with your resume. It will be like a podcast. It's an opportunity for you to master your resume because it's going to be talking about that resume. It's an amazing tool. You'll see it in the next 30 seconds. It will play. You guys will listen to the resume you built, make it an actionable, you know, um, podcast. You can be in the gym, taking a walk at home. You'll be listening to that resume, and it's just amazing. So, if you don't mind, I want us to go back to our group. We'll do that for the next 10 minutes max. Then I'll bring us back and we wrap this up. Okay. So let's quickly do that. And just make make it straight to the point. Okay, somebody said they can't hear me. I think it's from you. Let me be sure you guys can hear me. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up, please. Just to be sure. If you all can hear me, give me a thumbs up, please. All right. I think it's from you. My side is good, so just quickly fix your stuff. All right, let's get back to our group. We'll do it out. The goal is simple. I gave you guys a prompt, put it in your ChatGPT. Whatever it generates, slam it into Notebook LM. Let me put this link also there. You guys can use it and just build a resume and make a podcast out of your resume. That's all. So nothing fancy. So let me quickly add that for us, and I'll bring us back. Do it and have fun with it. Okay. Let's quickly do that real quick. All right. See you guys in the next 10 minutes. All right. Thank you, everybody. We're about to get out of here in the next 15, 20 minutes. We'll be out of here. Thank you for being part of the community. The final thing we're going to do, and please, for everybody, just make sure you follow us. Make sure you're part of our ecosystem, what's going on. I'll start by, if you are not in any group, let me start by just sharing a group you can join and you can be part of our community right now. Some of you were pinging me, you were not part of a group. Just join that group for a start. For those of you that want to be participating in our legacy project for our land business, feel free. You can also join that group. I just assign it. It's pretty great. A way to kind of build legacy for the kids and own land in the US. Another one we do a lot is we have a club that we focus on reading and developing ourselves every week. It's called ROM. I also send that link to us. Feel free to join that link also. And on LinkedIn, I love to have my folks follow and we can share good stuff on LinkedIn. I send that link to you. Somebody said, can we have a session on ISO? I love it. You're already taking over my class, right? Sorry. Join our class coming up in April 26th. You'll get to such a lot of amazing areas in general. I guarantee you your knowledge base will increase for sure. Like anything else, we put the work, the discipline. April 26th, be part of that class. A lot of you have asked me one-on-one about the program. It's an experience. Just come with an open mind. Be ready to learn a lot, and put the work, put the discipline. We stand a chance. Like anything else, just put the work. For my guys that have taken GRC, we have the Cyber Deep kicking up next week. Feel free to join that. You get to learn tools in cybersecurity, how to use those vulnerability assessment tool, pen testing tools, so you can learn tools. It's just a tool class, really. And for my GRC folks, that we have a Lions Den segment where we prepare you for interviews. Some of you have seen our community on Lions Den. Just check us and follow us on YouTube. Very important you do that. I'll send the Lions Den link also for us. Make sure you like it. It's a very good way to keep learning and be part of our community as a whole. I just sent the one for Lions Den. For our land legacy also, we have a YouTube page also for that. I'm going to also attach it for you. So I've sent a lot of links. Just like and follow them. It's a good way to keep yourself connected to our ecosystem. And please, for everybody again, I'll drum it again. Download the mobile app. It's a very good way to see updates. Also, I just sent the mobile app link. Also, the last thing we're going to do, you guys, what do you think about the Note LLM tool? Building the resume is not a big deal, but what do you think about the Note LLM tool? Notebook LM. What do you guys think? Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I think oh, you can't remember the website. Just go to academy.skillweed.com, but I sent the link already. But ladies and gentlemen, one thing we should agree, and we do this a lot in our community, is that we try to make sure at least we give you guys all the top-notch skills and knowledge that we think are amazing and contemporaneous right now. So take advantage of it. That's why we're here, really, to keep upskilling and telling our community about it too. If you see our upcoming programs, again, join them. The more we do a lot of work and research to get you ready, we go to global conferences just to have the top-notch knowledge to make our team successful. So just plug in and keep learning. Don't quit. Don't give up. Just keep, pushing hard. And the final thing I would like to do is we have three people that win a prize today. First prize. Let me share my screen. If you guys don't mind, we're going to do a quick Kahoot, and this will be all we got for tonight. But hopefully this was helpful. Thank you for taking the time. I know it's a weekend, it's Friday. God knows you have so much things you can be doing today. So we appreciate you being there. So I'm going to start this real quick. Take through it. Whoever puts your a name you can you can recognize. So the Kahoot is 9383571. I'm going to share it also in the group right now. Let's see if we can have you can just take, you know, let's see. All right. Okay, feel free to join. Everybody can join. Awesome. Awesome. All right, good. Okay. All right. As many of us that can take the Kahoot, let me reshare it again. It's really cool. Really cool. Okay. All right. I'm going to start it just to get us going. Whoever the top three winners, please, if you use a real name, let me know so that I can, because if you win the prize and your name is Mr. Jugunu, then I would not be able to validate that. So use your real name if you don't mind so that we can validate you when you win, okay? All right, let's go. Let's get started. I'm going to start right now. Let's quickly do that. And hey, why not win some extra fun stuff? Okay, let's go. We're going to start right now. Not too late to join. All right, let's go. All right, just a few questions here and there. 3, 2, 1, go. That's it. What does PCI stand for? All right. Okay, next one. I can see DC winning. DC, change it to your real name. You might win it all. Okay, let's go to the next one. Excellent. Okay. All right. Adia's taking over. Man, it's really competitive. How many requirements does PCI DSS have? Excellent. Okay. Okay, Adis. Not playing games. All right, let's go. Which data must always be encrypted? All right. Oh man, it's a lot of changes. What is the first key objective of PCI DSS? All right. Man, you guys are just rotating. I love it. Which requirement involves firewall configuration? And it's tricky. You have to go through that document. Which of the requirements you can quickly cheat and check. Requirement 1, 5, 3, 7. Which one? One. All right. Man, Jay is not playing games. What should not be used for system password? Which one should not be used for system password? Excellent. All right, let's see. How often should antivirus software be updated? How often? It's okay. You can still be taking the quiz. Some of us know we are not going to win because these guys are way ahead, but still take it. Just gauge your knowledge. Some guys are really into this, man. They are not playing games. I love it. Okay, regularly I agree. Wow. J is just on fire. Okay. What is required for all administrative access? If you're an admin, what is something required? Password only, MFA, no authentication, single factor authentication, or multi-factor? Excellent. MFA for sure. Man, J is on fire. They had to put fire in front of his name. Wow. Seriously. Okay, Jay, I need to know you, man. Which requirement involves encrypting data in transit? I don't want to drink you, so let me not say anything again. If you look at the notes, the book we have, you would see the one that has encryption data in transit. Earlier on requirement one was firewall. So which one is encryption? Excellent. Wow. Okay. Uh-huh. What should be done with unnecessary card holder data? Encrypted, truncated, not stored, marks. If the data is not needed, what should we do with it? Should we even collect it? Thank you for your patience. We'll be done. Give us extra 5 minutes. I'll be out of here. 9:05. Excellent. Okay. Wow. Man. Yeah, Lamed is really right behind you, Jay. I love it. Which requirement involves tracking network access? Which of them requires tracking network access? Excellent. Whoa. No way. Where did it come from? That is amazing. What is the purpose of pen testing? Whoa. I love this. What is the purpose of pen testing? Encrypt data, install firewall, monitor network, and identify vulnerabilities. Okay, that is some weird one out there, folks. These guys are not playing games. Wow. Excellent. Identify vulnerabilities. Wow. Okay. J is gonna put everything to get you. What is the focus of requirement 7? What is the focus of requirement 7? Restrict access to data. Wow, Tony pulled a fast one on J also. All right. What should be done with audit logs? What should be done with audit logs? Encrypt, delete, retain for 12 months, ignore. Love it. Retain for 12 months. Okay. Wow. Godfather is coming up. Okay. What is the goal of security awareness training? What is the ultimate goal of awareness training? Excellent. All right. Wow. Okay. What is the deadline for PCI DSS 4.0 compliance? There's a deadline. What date? What is the deadline? Clue, it's a future date. Excellent. All right, this is going to get tricky. I think this one has double points. So this is your chance to catch whoever the leader. What is the purpose of incident response plan? Why do we need an incident response plan? Excellent. Okay. Wow. Okay. The final one, another double pointer, I believe. What is the focus of requirement 5? This could fully offset now. What is the focus of requirement 5? What is the focus of requirement 5? All right, let's see. And the third place is Yumi. Second place is Jay. Wow, Jay pulled back. And the winner is Lamed. Okay, awesome. All right, so our winners, I'm going to take a screenshot. Our winners, the first prize, please, Lamed, you need to give me your full name. Ping me one-on-one to double check that. And you get your $75 Amazon gift card. And for Jay, you get a $50 Amazon gift card. And for Yumi, you get a $25 Amazon gift card. Thank you so much, folks. I'm going to post you guys' profile to the larger group so that we can celebrate you guys. Let's give them some love, give them some congratulations. It's not always easy to put yourself in the spotlight like that. So that was awesome, guys. Really well done, folks. Really, really well done. And for everybody else that competed, hey, folks, awesome job. It's not always the easiest of things to compete with folks like that. So very well done. All right. So without further ado, folks, this is really what it's all about. We're excited. Thank you so much. And the final thing I'll just share for those of you that asked about the upcoming program, I'll just share with you what it's all about, what the whole gist about it. So the next program we typically have, believe it or not, this is just our normal life in our community when we do our program. We do a lot of assessments, so we keep it very interactive. We try as much as possible to keep it engaging, accountable to make sure you do the assignment also. We have a Lions Den where we prepare our community. Some of you would have seen it on YouTube. Check us out on YouTube, like us and follow us. We're about 60 something thousand right now, so which is great. On our program, we have payment plan for our program for GRC. The next one is August 26th. Then the skill you can apply for once you're done, look at some of the skills here, analyst roles. And if you spend your time chasing butterflies, they always fly away. But if you spend time making a beautiful garden, the butterflies always come to you. Remember, don't chase, attract. Make sure you keep learning, developing yourself, and you attract the best the world has to offer. Thank you all. God bless, and have a fantastic rest of the weekend. And it's always a pleasure, folks. And if you have questions, always feel free. Ping us. Happy to connect and make the best out of everything. Enjoy our flagship song too. God bless, and more to come. Take care, everybody. Good night. Thank you all.
In the heart of Africa, a flame ignites, a rhythm so vibrant, it sets minds alight. Skillweed Academy, where leaders are born. Embrace the tempo, let your dreams take storm. Rise up, leaders, let the beat guide your way. Unlock your potential, seize the day. From the dance floor to the boardroom, let your light shine, shine. Skillweed Academy, it's time. Feel the drums pulsating, the energy so strong.